It's Wednesday, the 28th of February 2018, and welcome to Navigating Your Day. So there's no safety energy lock for 28, right? But a 2 and an 8 together makes a 10, and 1 and 0 is a 1. So I'm just going to talk about all the safety energy locks that can be reduced to 1. So the first one obviously is safety energy lock number 1. So safety energy lock number 1 is called the prime mover. It's the initiator. It's a number of creativity. So 1 is about creativity and about initiating it, knowing which direction to go. Then the next safety energy lock is 10, and 10 is called in Jinshin Jitsu means air, or the outpouring of limitless life power. Another way of saying it is the warehouse of abundance. And so it is not just an initiator, it enables us to actually take that limitless life power that comes into us and take it out into the world. Then we have safety energy lock number 19, which is also a 1, and 19 is authority and leadership. So 1 is the prime mover. I can initiate, I can move, I know which way I'm going to progress in the world. 10 is I'm connected to the abundance of energy. I have limitless life power. That's part of me that is eternal. And I have limitless life power, and I'm a vehicle for expressing that limitless life power. And then 19 is I take authority and leadership for myself, my creation, my movement in the world, and how I express this limitless life power, this uniqueness that is who I am in the world. So we are able to connect to all of those energies today, because 28 is a 1. So 1s, as I said before, are the initiators. They're natural leaders. They are creative. They are tactile. They're generally quite joyful and optimistic. They can be the opposite, so they can be very down on themselves. This one, in this position of the life map, this can be the critical voice in your head, completely out of all proportion and completely disconnected from reality. So not enough of anything. Too stupid, failure, too many mistakes, no one can forgive you, unlovable. So that shadow side of the 1 through the 28 also exists today. Just know this, that you can express either the greatest height, which is, I suppose we would assume, the most positive aspect of ourselves, or the most negative aspects of ourselves. And actually the reason why we would just display only 1 and not the other, either I'm all sunshine and light or I'm all gloom and darkness, is because we haven't actually learned to integrate them. So holding safety energy lock number 1, which is on the, just if you're sitting on a chair and you take your right hand and you place it in the center of your left thigh, and you take your left hand and you place it in the center of your left thigh, you are holding what we call high 1 in Jinshin Jitsu. Or if you place the hands directly on the inside of the knee, if you slide them a little bit further down, you are holding safety energy lock number 1. So you are able to then integrate your shadow and your light, so that you can actually bring your creativity, your essence, that uniqueness of who you are into the world. 1 is a number of analysis. It's an air number, so it's very much about analyzing and thinking. We, of course, for the last time have the 2 2s, one from February and the one from 2018. The 2018's 2 we're going to keep the whole year, but this is the last day that we have this double 2 in the root of the life map. So 2s are the emotional numbers, remember? So today you may have some conflict between feeling and thinking. The 1 may want to only be analyzing, and the 1 may only want to see one side. So remember, 2 is about wisdom. 2 is about enabling you to appreciate that both sides always exist. So if you find yourself moving into the egotistical one, I'm so amazing, my ideas are fantastic, nothing can go wrong. Oh my God, really? Nothing can go wrong? How does anyone even think that that's possible? Nothing can go wrong. I'm unstoppable. I'm the center of the universe. With all of that is true, all right, provided that that is not purely egoically driven and because of your underlying security that's how you feel. So you can't see the downside, right? Nothing can go wrong. Well, hello. If it's a balanced experience, then you're going to always have a balance of what you think is positive and what you think is negative, because no experience is only one-sided. So the 2s help us to keep that 1 from expanding into complete egotism, or going the other way, where I'm so awful, I'm a total waste of skin, my life is not worth living, I shouldn't be here, I don't deserve to be alive, no one's ever going to forgive me, I'm unlovable. That is the extreme depth of the 1, all right? And so those 2s in the life map help to bring the wisdom of appreciating that the balance always exists. We have as the hero today the 5, and 5 in the hero position is also an air number, and it's very much about adapting. It's adapting to, so if you've been telling a story your whole life that you actually are terrible, and today you have an opportunity to actually revisit that story and go, well, you know what, you're not going to suddenly turn yourself into like amazing, but you know, maybe you're not as terrible as you think you are, and maybe what you've done is not so unforgivable, and maybe there really are people in the world that do love you, okay, despite what you've done. Then you have to adapt to that new story, because there's great comfort in the old story. No matter how much pain the old story brings us, there's comfort. It's that better the devil you know story, okay? So the 5 today helps us to adapt to changing that story or seeing the story in a more balanced form. In the villain position today, we have the 6, and so 6 in this particular position is about a lack of balance. So if you have 6 in the villain position, you tend towards, in my opinion, extremism, right? Moving more to one side or the other. So again, if it's that extremely nothing can go wrong, you know, everything is just amazing, there's absolutely nothing wrong, I'm fine, I have no issues, I have no baggage, and I am the most amazing person in the universe, assuming that that's not actually the truth for you, and that's a cover-up, then that 6 is going to drive that 1 into its ego position. If you are in the negative ego position of how awful you are, the 6 can help to drive it down into the depths. So just know that today we have as the villain a lack of balance and discrimination. Okay, it's not clear. In other words, it's a bit fuzzy, right? Our boundaries are a bit fuzzy, and we're not 100% clear what is true and what isn't true. So we need to guard against that. Fortunately, we have Jin Shin Jitsu to help us. So you can either hold safety energy lock number 1, as I told you. It's a great one to do. If you can sit and hold safety energy lock number 1, left hand on the inside of the right knee, right hand on the inside of the left knee for 20 minutes, just sitting quietly, breathing, thinking, allowing yourself to explore your feelings, whatever you want to do, then you actually help to integrate the most positive and the most negative aspects, and you bring yourself to a position of some neutrality. You can also hold the thumb, because that's where safety energy lock number 1 and safety energy lock number 19 resides. Safety energy lock number 10 is on the middle finger. So you could hold the middle finger if you find that you have a lot of frustration and anger today, or you feel like the world is a place where there's just not enough of anything, not enough time, not enough love, not enough effort, not enough compassion, just not enough. Maybe then you want to hold your middle finger. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.